last one I'm going to read you here is an account of an attack and defence, and the soldiers here are trying to defend in the face of a terrific enemy attack. If the enemy get in their trench, they're dead, and they've got machine guns of these defenders, so they're trying to defend their trench. Belt after belt was fired. 250 rounds, 1,000, 3,000. We need spare barrels, shouts the gun commander. Barrels are changing and the firing continues. 5,000 rounds. Another barrel change. It's glowing red now and the cooling water has started to boil. The gunner's hands are scorched and burned. Keep firing! From the continuous firing, the cooling water has turned to seething steam, forcing the overflow pipe out of its water on the water fixing on the water jacket. So machine guns were surrounded by water to try to keep them cool so they didn't overheat. But this has been fired for so long that the water that was supposed to cool it is red hot. With a loud hiss, a jet of steam goes up, marking us out as a superb target for the enemy. The enemy closes up and we fire on. We need water, shouts the gunner. Get the mineral water from the dugout. There is none left. It was all consumed during the 8-day artillery bombardment. The enemy keep charging forward despite the fact that hundreds are already laying dead on the shell holes to our front. Fresh waves keep emerging. We've got to fire. A gunner rushes into the crater with a water container and urinates in it. A second one urinates into it too. By now the enemy have moved into grenade range and hand grenades fly backwards and forwards. The barrel has been exchanged and the water refilled, so they swapped it for the urine and tried to carry on. Grenades explode close to our gun. Just stay calm and load. Speak loudly, slowly and clearly to yourself. Forward, belt on, safety catch to the right. Fire! Tack, 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 tack. Once more our rapid fire slams into the clay pit in front of us. Skin hangs in ribbons from the fingers of the burnt hands of the gunners holding this hot machine gun. Constant pressure of their left thumb on the trigger have turned them into swollen lumps of flesh. Their hands now clamped onto the vibrating weapons. 18,000 rounds. The gunner falls, shot through the head, slumping over the gun he was feeding. The belt twists, feeding rounds into the gun crookedly, and it jams. Next man forward. The dead gunner is removed. The new gunner strips the feed mechanism, removes the rounds and reloads. Fire, pause, barrel change, fetch ammunition, lay the dead on the floor. This is the hard, unrelenting tempo of this battle on this particular morning. By the end, it has fired no fewer than 20,000 rounds at the enemy. You can feel the panic. The machine gun is so hot that the hands are pretty much burnt to tatters. Their thumb pressing the trigger on the gun has turned it into a lump of flesh. But they're desperate to keep firing because they know if they stop, they're dead.